Welcome to the Phonetics Lovers Sound Lab. You know, this is the place where we get to mix rhythm, stress, and melody to create powerful, authentic English that you can use absolutely anywhere. Come on, be honest, have you? I think we've all been there, right? We've all felt that little sting of jealousy, that curiosity that gets, well, a little too intense. It's a totally universal feeling, and it's the raw emotion that powers the incredible song we're breaking down today. So yeah, today we are diving deep into Kill Bill by SZA. This song is just packed with jealousy, exaggeration, and all these amazing cinematic metaphors. And here, every single lyric is a lesson, and every beat teaches us about pronunciation and flow. Because learning English with music, it's not just about vocabulary, it's about discovering how words actually breathe. Okay, so first things first, to really understand the language in this song, we have to plug into the feeling behind it. And that feeling is intense, unfiltered jealousy. The key concept for this whole song is a literary device called hyperbole. And what that means is the song isn't literal. SZA isn't actually planning anything, you know? She's using the movie Kill Bill, which is this huge, over-the-top revenge fantasy, as a giant metaphor for those overwhelming, all-consuming feelings you have after a breakup. It's all about powerful exaggeration for emotional effect. All right, so with that in mind, let's get into the lyrics. Let's decode the story and see how SZA uses some really specific, really modern language to paint this incredible picture of jealousy. Okay, so check out this slang. When she sings about feeling salty, she's obviously not talking about food, right? It's that bitter, kind of annoyed feeling of resentment. And then there's the word broad. Using that for the new girlfriend is so intentionally dismissive and informal. It adds this raw, unfiltered texture to her jealousy that just saying woman wouldn't even come close to capturing. And here is that hyperbole we were talking about in full effect. I mean, rather be in jail than alone? Wow, that is such a powerful, super dramatic statement of just how desperate she feels. And then she uses crime of passion, a term you'd hear in movies or on the news. And that just frames her feelings in this really cinematic, totally larger-than-life way. All right, now for what is honestly my favorite part. Let's actually step inside the sound lab and engineer the pronunciation. We're going to isolate how she says what she says, because the sound, that's where the song's incredible flow really truly comes from. Okay, look at this. You can literally see the rhythm right here. Notice how those capitalized words are the ones that get the punch, the emphasis. She doesn't say every word with the same force. It's might, extra, rather jail alone. Can you feel that beat? So what you're hearing is something called a stress-timed rhythm. And this is absolutely fundamental to the sound of English. You know, unlike a syllable-timed language like Spanish, where every syllable gets a pretty equal beat, English just rushes through the unimportant words so it can land hard on the important ones. And that is what creates that musical, rhythmic quality you hear in native speech. And here's the other piece of the magic, connected speech. Let's take hate to see you. A learner might say it really separated, hate to see you. But a native speaker, and SZA in the song, blends it all together. The T sounds and hate to merge into one quick sound, and see you becomes see you. It just flows like one smooth musical phrase. Hate to see you. Let's look at another one. If I can't have you. The F in if connects right to the I. The V in have slides right into you. It's not choppy at all. It's just this seamless link of sounds. And honestly, this linking is what makes spoken English sound so fluid and so fast. Mastering this is absolutely key to sounding natural. All right, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about grammar. Because in music and in real life, grammar rules get bent all the time for emotional effect. It's not about being wrong, it's about what I like to call grammar with feeling. And this is a perfect example. Your textbook is going to tell you that the double negative, I don't want none, is incorrect, right? But in spoken English and in music, it's used all the time for emphasis. It's just so much more emotionally powerful than saying, I don't want anyone. It adds this defiant, soulful punch. Here are a couple more super common structures. That word might in I might kill my ex is crucial. It expresses possibility, not a definite plan, so we know it isn't a literal threat. And the phrase got me singing, that's a causative. It just means something caused her to sing. It made her sing. It's a very natural and dynamic way to express cause and effect. Okay, we've deconstructed the lyrics, we've broken down the sound, and we've even looked at the grammar. But now comes the most important part. It's your turn to play in the lab and to make this language your own. This is where we go from passive listening to active creating. So try rewriting a verse from the ex's point of view, or pick just one line, like, I still love him though, and act it out. Say it's sad, then angry, then sarcastic. Feel how the meaning completely changes. This is how you truly make the language your own. And that is our big takeaway today. We don't just learn English with our brains, we learn it with our bodies and our hearts. Connecting with the emotion, feeling the rhythm, and playing with the sounds, that is what makes the language really stick. So there you have it. You've just explored Kill Bill by Zeza, where jealousy, rhythm, and language all collide. If today's lesson struck a chord, follow Phonetics Lovers on your favorite platform and join a community that learns English through music, culture, and sound. This explainer was shaped with a little help from artificial intelligence and a lot of passion from the Phonetics Lovers team. Thanks for listening. Until next time, stay curious, stay turned, and keep falling in love with sound.